Hey everyone, Mr. Newman here, and today I'm going to show you guys how to start this methods comparison worksheet. Basically, we need to graph, use substitution, and use elimination on the same problem, just so that we know all three ways to solve this. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take the first one, y equals x plus 3, and I'm going to graph that in red. And I'm going to take the second one, I'm going to graph that in blue. So remember, our first step is to make a table of values. I'm going to plug in 0. I'm going to plug in 0 for x. 0 plus 3 is 3. I'm going to plug in 1, and I get 4, 2, and I get 5, negative 1, and I get 2. And notice when I plot those points, they make a straight line. Their line goes up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. I could go plot a few more points just to help me out with that if I want to plug in some other values. And you should get a straight line just like that. Then, for x and y here, I'm going to plug in 0 again, leave some space. When I plug in 0, I get negative 4. When I plug in 1, I get negative 10. Notice that's going to go off the graph pretty quickly. So I'm going to plug in negative 1 next. And when you plug in negative 1, you get 2. And aha! That is the same point. So let's draw our line, but you notice negative 1 comma 2 shows up in both tables. Go ahead and circle those. And that means that it's the intersecting point there. It's the point that the two lines cross or meet. So negative 1 comma 2 is our solution. Now let's see if we can get the same thing doing substitution and elimination. For substitution, you could substitute either way. I'm going to put parentheses around x plus 3 because that's equal to y, and I'm going to substitute that in for y on the left side of the second equation. When I do that, now we just need to solve for x. So I'm going to move the x's all to one side. That's add 6x to both sides. We get 7x plus 3 is negative 4. Then I subtract 3 from both sides. I get 7x is negative 7. When you divide by 7, x is negative 1. Good, that matches what we got in our graph. Let's just find out what y should be by showing our work. When x is negative 1, we get y is 2, and negative 1 comma 2 is our solution. Remember, you can plug negative 1 into either equation. We should get 2 either way. I just chose the top one because it looked a little bit faster. For elimination, we actually have a few choices. I'm going to choose to multiply the top equation by 6 and eliminate the x's. If you wanted to multiply one of them by negative 1 instead, you could eliminate the y's that way. Some people might find that a little bit easier. I would recommend maybe multiplying the bottom by negative 1, but pick one or the other. I chose to eliminate the x's first. So I'm going to do that here. And notice I'm just going to rewrite my bottom equation. I always want to rewrite them to have them one on top of each other so I can make the addition as simple and as mistake-free as possible. So we add those up. We get 7y equals 14. Divide both sides by 7. You get y equals 2. That's good. That matches what we found in the first two panels. I'm going to take the top red equation and I'm going to plug in 2 for y. When I do that, I need to subtract 3 from both sides to solve for x, and negative 1 equals x. So my solution for all three of these is the same. You should be getting the same solution for all three methods, regardless of how you do it. All right, thank you very much for watching.